Hey, what's up? Tony from LearnAutoBodyandPaint.com. Thanks for watching this video. This is a continuation video from last week where I said to jot in your most important burning, you know, car painting auto body questions on the channel at YouTube or on the blog. And we got a couple on the blog here from Facebook and a bunch on my YouTube video. So we're going to go ahead and try to tackle 5 to 7 of them. I'm not gonna get too crazy, and I'm just trying to get the short, straight to the point answer for you and what I would do, and then we'll wrap it up. So please like, share, and subscribe if you've never seen my videos before. And also, if you're into auto body, don't forget to check out LearnAutoBodyandPaint.com. We're giving away free auto body and paint manual DIY style, so you could learn from it and tackle your own projects from home, no matter what level of experience you're at or what age you are. All right, so I don't know. One question here. Some guy talked a lot of Alan talked a lot of stuff about soda blasting, and then he finally got it figured out. And his last question was, now I need a place to do my painting. My question is, do you think I should try to start flipping cars? Well, absolutely. If you think you could start making money buying and selling cars for profit, knowing auto body is a great skill, because you could, fix up your own cars, get them looking nice, and sell them for profit all on your own without subbing out the work to other auto body shops and then losing money on that. So if you're interested in that, I also have a special training course that teaches you exactly how to buy and sell cars for profit. So check out howtobuyandSellYourCars.com. I'm giving away a free report as well there, and you could learn how to copy my strategies and learn how to make a few $1,000s extra per month just flipping used cars for profit. And just remember that it doesn't have to be a beat up car. You don't have to get cars that need a lot of work to make money from. That's the mistake that I made in the beginning. I thought that every car that I bought and sold for profit needed to be something that needed a ton of work, and that's not the case. All right, so let's get to the auto body and paint questions. Tony, I said you wouldn't be getting into a lot of rust repair, but hopefully soon you will. And I really do think I will, because I've been getting a lot of feedback and people asking me to do more rust repair style videos, and I will get into that. He's working on a Ford. This is from Mark Cunningham. There's a lot of salt in the winter, and he gets a lot of rust, and people want him to fix rust cars. Have you ever heard of what body shops are doing now, where they are cutting fenders off and gluing on a repair panel? Yeah, absolutely. You're gluing on. They have a special bond that you could just cut out rust, and instead of spot welding, they glue it on with a special glue, and you could glue on fiberglass pieces, hard plastic pieces, or even metal to get your body work done. So it's not a huge deal. All it is gluing on your repair spot panels instead of welding them on. All right, and I've seen a lot of people do this. It's not new. It's been out for over 10 years now, and some people like it, some people don't like it. So it's depending on what you want to do. If you're more into getting the job done quick and out, yeah, do get into that, and I'll probably make some videos on that in the future. But for me, I would rather weld in, stainless steel panels and sheet metal instead of bonding it in like that, especially if you're doing your own job, your own classic restorations or something. You want to do the job right. But if you're doing customer jobs and it's not a high quality style of job, you could get away with doing that. Not a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead into the YouTube. The YouTube questions here. We'll just start from here at the top. Question: I removed the ugly stock roof rack rails on my Subaru wagon. I'm looking to shave the gutter that is now left open. Okay, so we're thinking about that gutter rail at the top of on the roof. What is the best way to fill in the groove? I've tried body filler, but it failed numerous times, and I'm out of ideas. Why has it failed with body filler? I don't know why you failed with that, because that absolutely works. What you could also do to prevent, if it's a deep rail, you could use a Bondo. It's called kitty hair. It's a fiberglass mix body filler, and it doesn't crack like Bondo would. All right, if you're filling in anything over a 1/4 inch deep, I would suggest using kitty hair. It's a fiberglass filler. And anything less than that, Bondo, you'll be fine. You're not going to have to really worry about cracking and all that. And if it's super deep, I would weld a piece of sheet metal in, grind it flat, and then use a basic, body filler or even kitty hair to flatten it out. So you could do that, but just remember, if you do weld in a little plate to cover that rail, not to overheat it when you're welding. Just do sections at a time. Don't weld in the same spot all along. You want to weld, at different weld points across the panel. And I'll show you more of this on video in the future, and also uploading it into the VIP section of learnautobodyandpaint.com. So be sure to check that out. Another question from Gabe: what do you think is more difficult, paint or bodywork? I think well, you need skills. You need to have confidence and skill in both areas. I think they're just as important. But I do think body work is a little bit more difficult. Getting your panels shaped and flat and looking like it was never in an accident, and panels looking really good. I think body work can be a little bit more difficult. Paint work, you just practice. You just have to have practice at it. As long as you could lay on paint evenly with your 50-50 ratios or 75% overlaps if you're doing candy, and lay your paint on glossy, that can be practiced. The more you do it, the better you'll get. But I do think body work in general takes more time to get the hang of and to get used to. But it's, the more you do it, the better you get at it. All right. Yayo boy, question. Say if you have dents and dings on the roof of a car and there's no way to hammer and dolly that area, do you just Bondo that area, sand it down and fix it? Well, if you have a big roof, here's a problem with roofs. It can be very wobbly and flexible, especially if you have like hail damage in the middle of the roof. Say you try to pull it out, or you push it out from underneath, and then you try to fill it with the Bondo, and then you block sand it. And when you block sand, you have to apply a little bit of pressure, and then your panel starts to wobble a little. So it's very, very tough to get dents out on flimsy roofs like that. So it's really, it saves a lot of time if you could do a little bit of PDR, like take your inner roof panel out, okay, your headliner, and do a little PDR tactic. Push up on the dent to try to get it out that way. It would save you a lot of hassle. And sometimes roofs are so bad, I've seen multiple people just cut out the whole top skin and then weld a new top skin in to have a perfectly nice roof again. Jane, hi, I want to ask something. Can I use an airless sprayer such as Ozito and Wagner with my paint? My paint is acrylic enamel. I'm really worried if I buy airless, then it would just break up my paint. Hope you can help me on this. High volume, low pressure is just too expensive. Thank you so much. Well, high volume, low pressure paint guns are really not that expensive. You can get really cheap ones for 50 bucks, or you can get a good medium grade one for around 150 to 200, which I really recommend. And it's going to save you so much more time. And I strongly do not recommend painting with a Wagner home painting spray gun for using, painting a car. I would never do that. You're not going to get the atomization. The atomization is how fine your spraying particles break up before they hit the panel. And you need high atomization for your paint to get on glossy. You want glossy paint, you have to have atomization. You want a flat surface, you need high atomization, or else you're going to get a ton of orange peel and the paint job is going to look really, really horrible. So I really recommend getting a medium grade, high volume, low pressure spray gun. You could even get a low volume, low pressure if you have a smaller air compressor tank and all of that. So check out learnautobodyandpaint.com and check out the shop. We have awesome Warwick spray guns that you can check out that are really affordable, especially the 904HE. So check that out at the store. It looks something like this right here, really, really quickly. The 904, this is a really, really good gun. This is the kit. Here's the waterborne and solvent-based. $169.95 right now on sale. You can get yourself a awesome spray gun, and these are the same guns that we use right now to paint at learnautobodyandpaint.com. All right, question. How should you value your own paint job to a buyer or customer? Say you buy a truck for $2,000, then you auto body and paint. What should it be worth now? Well, you have to think, what's the car worth in excellent condition? Okay, so that's what it will be worth. All right, because custom paint jobs are kind of like art. People are not going to pay a lot more extra just because you have a custom paint job on it, unless you have a specific special kind of car. You know what I mean? But if it's a basic, what kind of car? A basic, truck with a custom paint job, unless that person is really into it and really likes it, you're not going to get a ton more over, an excellent value out of the car. So if your truck is worth $5,500 in excellent condition, then just because you put a nice paint job on it, it's not going to make it worth $8,000. Do you know what I mean? But if you have a rare car with a nice paint job on it, then yeah, it depends. So this is a great question because I actually have an in-depth manual. It's called the Auto Body Moneymaker's Guide that gives you a bunch of scenarios on, if you do a paint job to a car, how much will it cost? Or even if you did your own body, or even if you charged customers to do jobs, how much would you properly charge them to do a body kit on their car? How much would you charge them to paint their car basic clear coat or enamel? And I give you a bunch of scenarios on paint prices, current paint prices nowadays, how much you would invest in, and just the overall how much to charge people and make money from auto body. And that would answer this question as well. But it depends. It really depends. How should you value your own paint job? I mean, if somebody's paying you $3-4 grand to paint their truck, then that's the value of your paint job. But just because you put a new paint job on your truck is not going to make it is not going to jump the price up $2,000-3,000 over, a listed value. It'll just make the car appear in excellent condition. And it's another thing when selling cars like that. So if you're painting this truck to sell, I've done a lot of testing, and when selling it, unless it's a custom car, if it's a basic all-around car, I wouldn't even mention new paint on it, because once you start putting new paint in the ad, people are like, oh, why was it painted? Why was the whole thing painted, or was it in an axe? People start getting suspicious. But when you don't even say nothing and they come look at the car and it looks great, it sells itself. So unless you have a custom car, like I said, where you could say custom paint job, paid $7,500, and you have a couple of before and after pictures, is just keep that in mind. Very important tips here that I'm giving out. All right, one last one because it's getting longer. Charles is telling me happy birthday, thank you. I got a red F-150. Eventually want to do a candy paint job on it with some micro pearl and ghost flames. I want to put my whip in primer and paint on down the road a bit later. Cash flow at the moment. Would that be feasible? Yeah, you could do that. You could put paint on it. Primer. You could seal it up with a good primer sealer and drive around and keep it like that. Just make sure you keep you prime over the metals. You don't want to leave metal open. Would I need to rough it up a bit and just hit it with a couple more? Yeah, that's all you would have to do. So if your car is basically bodywork is done, you could run around with it with primer on it. But before you paint it, I highly recommend going over the whole thing again. So make sure you wash it down good, and you block sand the whole car out, and double check everything to make sure you don't have any new rock chips or areas that need to be retouched up with primer and gone over again. And I wouldn't leave that window for more than 2 to 3 months. If you're gonna leave it primer for a year, or 6 months to a year, I highly recommend sanding it all down when you're ready, giving it at least one light coat of fresh primer, blocking it out, checking for extra imperfections, and then fixing those, blocking it out again, and getting it ready for paint. All right, so you could definitely do that. All right, so the next videos I'm going to continue from Slim Say Z Flim right here, and we're going to go ahead and answer more questions. All right, it's Tony from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to check out LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com right now to get a free auto body and paint manual. If this is your first time watching my videos, just go here to the homepage, click this, put your email in so I could send you the download link and download it. I think you're really, really going to like it. Also, if you're looking to get into higher education and learn more, don't forget to check out the VIP course at LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Just click this link, you'll learn more about it. It's Tony. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.